Hi, my name is Chris Hermosillo, and today I will be reviewing for you Vector Man for the Sega Genesis. Vector Man on the Sega Genesis was my first endeavor into Genesis games, and let me tell you, it was a great one. Vector Man is a fantastic game, from the graphics to the gameplay. On the graphics side, Vector Man was a very beautiful game. The level design were futuristic and fun. They were just challenging enough to have a great risk and reward factor. The art for it was phenomenal. Graphically, on the Sega Genesis, I would have to say it's, from all the other Sega Genesis games I played, it was the best looking. It really showed that the Sega Genesis could use next-gen graphics in a current system. So I mean, that was phenomenal for the time, for the game and the time. Another fun thing about Vector Man is really the core play. Unlike normal platformers, it felt more fluid. Unlike in Donkey Kong and Mario, where you have objectives that kind of slow down the play. Your animations never felt fluid. It felt like stop and go. But Vector Man was a very smooth game, and I enjoyed that a lot. Vector Man's main weapon of choice is a buster. Fun things about that buster that you can do in this game is there's items you can collect that allow his buster to shoot out in various forms. Wide-spreading shots, fast shots, big concentrated shots. This really brought a good amount of strategy, and it brought out a good amount of strategy into encountering each enemy, and the boss fights were fantastic in this game. The boss fights were big into scale compared to Vector Man, which I always enjoyed in old school games. So the one thing I have to say bad about Vector Man was that it didn't really evolve platforming. It kind of just stayed within its boundaries. It was a good game for a platforming game, but you could have done so much more with Vector Man. In my opinion, Vector Man was a great game, and you should play it. That is my review for Vector Man for the Sega Genesis.